Imagine a world where Muslims, Christians, and Jews lived side by side, studying the stars, healing the sick, and building wonders that lit up Europe. A world where knowledge was worship, art was devotion, and light came not from war, but from wisdom. This world existed for 800 years. Its name was Al-Andalus, Islamic Spain, a land that once led the world in science, medicine, and architecture, and whose fall still echoes through time. This is the story of the rise and fall of Al-Andalus, the lost golden age of Islam. It began in the year 711 CE. The Umayyad armies, led by Tariq ibn Ziyad, crossed the Strait of Gibraltar, facing the mighty Visigoth kingdom. Outnumbered and out-armed, Tariq inspired his men with a legendary speech: "The sea is behind you, the enemy is before you. There is no escape but victory." Against all odds, they triumphed. The Iberian Peninsula, modern day Spain and Portugal, became part of the Muslim world. From that moment, a new civilization began to rise, one built not just on conquest, but on knowledge. Under Muslim rule, Cordoba became one of the greatest cities in the world. Its streets were paved, and its homes had running water, while most of Europe lived in darkness. There were 70 libraries, 300 public baths, and 50 hospitals, all at a time when Paris had only a handful of lamps. Scholars from around the globe came to study philosophy, astronomy, medicine, and mathematics. Words we use today, like algebra, chemistry, and algorithm, were born from Arabic minds. In the heart of Al-Andalus, learning was not a privilege, it was an act of worship. They believed knowledge was a form of light, and every mind could become a lamp. Cordoba, Granada, Seville, and Toledo were cities that glowed with art, music, and invention. Al-Zahrawi, the father of modern surgery, wrote medical encyclopedias that Europe used for 500 years. Ibn Rushd, known as Averroes, debated Aristotle and shaped Western philosophy for centuries. Ibn Firnas dreamed of flying and actually built a glider, attempting flight centuries before the Wright brothers. In Al-Andalus, even light itself became art, with mosques and palaces designed to capture the sun's glow in sacred geometry. The crown jewel was the Alhambra Palace in Granada, poem carved in stone, its walls whispering verses like, "There is no victor but Allah." What made Al-Andalus truly special wasn't just its beauty, but its culture of coexistence. Muslims, Christians, and Jews all lived together, studying, translating, and teaching side by side. The House of Wisdom in Toledo became a great hub, translating Arabic texts into Latin and reintroducing Greek philosophy to Europe. This spark of knowledge lit the path to the European Renaissance. Inspired by the Quran's very first command, "Read," a world began to think, question, and discover. Al-Andalus proved that when faith and intellect unite, civilization flourishes. But as with all great civilizations, light begins to fade when unity breaks. The Umayyad Caliphate of Cordoba fell into civil war. The empire fractured into small, competing kingdoms called Tifus, ruled by rival kings. While they fought amongst themselves, Christian armies in the north began their slow reconquista, the centuries-long campaign to reclaim the peninsula. Cities like Granada continued to shine, holding on to their brilliance. But the end was approaching, and history was turning its page. The year was 1492. The banners of Islam waved for the last time above the Alhambra. Sultan Abu Abdullah, known to history as Boabdil, stood on a hill overlooking his city, the city of his ancestors. As he handed the keys of Granada to the Spanish king, his mother spoke words that still haunt history: "Weep like a woman for what you could not defend like a man." With that tear, 8 centuries of Muslim rule in the region ended. The great libraries were burned. The magnificent mosques were turned into churches. The scholars were exiled or silenced. But the knowledge, the light, could not be destroyed. It had already traveled to the rest of the world. Though Al-Andalus fell, its influence remained eternal. The works of Muslim scientists, mathematicians, and thinkers inspired Europe's greatest minds. From Leonardo da Vinci to Galileo, the numbers you use every day, the foundations of modern medicine, the way we map the stars, all carry the legacy of Al-Andalus. In its rise, it taught the world to dream. In its fall, it taught the world to remember. For even when empires crumble, ideas live forever. Today, when we look back, Al-Andalus reminds us of what Muslims once were and what they can be again. A people of balance, of beauty and wisdom, of faith and science walking hand in hand. The Quran began with a single, powerful word: read. But to read is not just to learn, it is to awaken. And perhaps the true message of Al-Andalus is that civilizations are not lost by the sword, but by the silence of the mind. Today, the ruins of the Alhambra still shimmer under the Spanish sun. Tourists walk its halls, tracing the Arabic calligraphy that whispers, "There is no victor but Allah." The fountains still flow, the arches still glow, and the spirit of Al-Andalus still breathes in every stone. For 800 years, Muslims built a world of light, and that light still shines, waiting for hearts ready to carry it again. Al-Andalus, the lost golden age of Islam, a story not of the past, but a reminder of what faith and knowledge can build together. Thank you for watching. If this story inspired you, please like, share, and subscribe for more journeys into our shared history.